Hi Sagittarius, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is November 9th, 2019. This is a general love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of November. It is general, so it can pertain to any kind of relationships you're dealing with, situations or circumstances, you name it, it might apply. Also be flexible with the energy. Don't be too concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns that I'm using. You can interchange the rules within the reading. It might feel like I'm reading directly for you. It could also feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Let's get started. Okay, here we go, Sagittarius. In your underlying energy, we have the Seven of Pentacles, paired with the Ten of Swords in reverse. The Ace of Wands, paired with the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords in reverse, paired with the Emperor in reverse, the Six of Swords, and that is paired with the Lovers. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see here. So I feel like you're in a state of waiting. And I do feel like this is something you've been dealing with for a long period of time. I feel like, you know, it's time to wait again. I feel like you've dealt with this stagnancy for a while. Feeling like you're waiting for something to happen, it doesn't happen, so you're waiting again, timing's not right. Start over with the waiting. This is a new opportunity, possibly a new relationship, something brand new to you. You may have recently learned about maybe someone who was interested in you or the potential of a new relationship. I say relationship because of course we have the Lovers out here. You might be leaving behind a relationship and moving towards a new one. Or you might be traveling or moving in order to start a new relationship. Or again, feeling like you're leaving something behind in order to go towards something new. Let's get some more cards on the table, Sagittarius, and see what else we have for you. Clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Fool in reverse. Four of Cups is clarifying the Ten of Swords. Nine of Wands is clarifying the Ace of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. High Priestess. Six of Cups. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And the Page of Cups is clarifying the Lovers. Okay, so you want to say hi, Katie?
Hello,
My daughter's
my dedicated fans.
collecting her stuff to get ready to go off and do some errands. That's the external noise you hear.
You came here for me. I'm the star of these videos.
So Sagittarius, it looks like the waiting has been important because there's a sense that there's been some hesitancy or some feeling cautious about this new beginning in love. You may also have been, you might be leaving behind a relationship for someone new. It does feel like maybe This is something you may have kept to yourself for a period of time. It also feels like it's one of those things that's inevitable. Whoever this person is that you're moving toward has the Six of Cups energy. This is somebody who is possibly someone who has come back into your life from the past, or this could be someone who is soulmate material. And there's this feeling like you maybe tried to resist it, maybe tried to resist the relationship, but intuitively you knew that it was inevitable. If this is soulmate material, this person's meant to be in your life, but you maybe kept it to yourself for a while. You may have not been talking about it. Possibly because you were or are currently in a relationship right now that's kind of keeping you from making moves forward. Or, I mean, that could be very well why there's a sense of feeling a little cautious about moving forward with this new relationship, because you have something established right now. We do have the Ten of Pentacles on the table in reverse. This could indicate breaking contracts, divorce, legal separation, moving away from something that was a more established relationship to move toward a new one. A new one. New one, but old in the sense that I feel the person you're moving toward is possibly, you may have a soul contract with them. In other words, this person was meant to be in your life. You know, if you believe in that kind of stuff, this is someone that when you were out in the 5D in your spirit self, you two decided, hey, when we get back down to earth together, we're going to have this relationship. It's going to be really awesome. We're spiritually bound together. We have a spiritual contract. So when you two manifested in the 3D, you may not have known each other, but coming into contact with this person, I mean, that's what this can indicate, that this person came back from your past, meaning, you know, this is someone you know spiritually, and so now that they've been introduced into your 3D life, you know that it's time to move toward that person. And you may have an intuitive connection with this person, that you don't have to speak words with them, that you have a knowing with each other. This is possibly something that you have learned over time, that you've spent some time finding out more about this person, or trying to learn a little bit more about them, on whether this was a right move for you to make. Because I do believe this opportunity was presented, or you knew it was available to you, and you may have fought it for a while. You may have battled this idea, no, it's not right for me. No, I'm already married, or I'm already committed. I already have this person in my life, and I can't leave this relationship. But you're leaving something behind. I mean, that much is clear. You're definitely leaving something behind. Let's get some more cards out on the table and see what else is going on. I do feel like you've spent a lot of time working on this, or trying to figure out if this relationship is right, or maybe when the right time to make a move would be, and that's kept you from taking that chance, that leap of faith, is just all these what ifs, or these unknowns, or how this was going to work out, because again, it does feel like you are leaving something to go towards something new. But the spirit of waiting is starting to get to you, starting to make you feel like maybe it's not going to work out. Here I am waiting again. It could be something as simple as, and annoying as, you know, having to deal with going through a legal separation or divorce, which means there's a lot of time involved because you're dealing with the court system, you know, lawyers and paperwork and dividing up assets and all that stuff, which takes time. And I do feel that's been something that's been a little bit challenging for you, and something that may have you thinking that this wasn't the right thing after all, or maybe I'm, you know, maybe I'm making a mistake, this is taking too long, maybe the sense of time passing and this not working out immediately has you feeling cautious about it, has you thinking, oh, maybe I am making the wrong decision after all. But I do feel like you've put a lot of thought into this. I do feel like you're heading towards someone who's soulmate material. That's what the cards are telling me. So we have the Magician in reverse, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. And the Queen of Swords, clarifying the Ten of Swords in reverse. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups again. Justice. Hanged Man. Knight of Pentacles. And the Sun. Okay, so you're leaving behind a stagnant relationship. You're leaving behind something that was going nowhere. You are putting to rest something that probably had you pretty down in the dumps. Just knew that it was going nowhere. I mean, maybe it was one of those kind of relationships where you just get, you get used to each other, and you have your routine. You both go to work, you come home, sit in front of the TV, you have your snacks, take care of the kids, and then you just rinse and repeat, right? Same thing over and over again. Something that really became nothing of significance. It was just routine. You may have expressed that to your current partner or your recent past partner. I do feel like you've been honest about your feelings, or honest about what you feel has been happening within this relationship. You may have been accused of manipulation, or you may have felt like you were manipulated into feeling guilty, and over time maybe postponed getting out of this relationship in the past. I do feel like you've worked hard to make things work. You have struggled to avoid this idea that maybe you deserve a new beginning. You deserve something new, passionate, exciting, something that's going to make you feel excited about waking up in the morning instead of feeling, oh shit, here we go again. You know what I mean? You've probably battled the idea that maybe what you currently have is worth saving, and tried to make things work. Alas, they haven't, and maybe now at this point in time it's feeling like it's just been one giant waste of time. And you really have you've done your homework. I feel like you've really done your research regarding this new relationship, even if it is intuitive research. I do feel like you have come to the conclusion that what you're moving toward, your brand new relationship, is someone who's meant for you, someone who is justifiably meant to be in your life. No words have to be spoken. This is right. This is right for you. You know it in your gut. Your spidey senses have clicked on and said, yeah, this is right for you. And you've done a lot of thinking about it. You've gone inward. You've done a lot of, Hangman, you've done a lot of thinking about it. This is not some kind of, spur of the moment, whimsical, I'm going to go have a new relationship, see you later type of situation. This is something that you've definitely been meditating on, thinking about, making sure you're making the right moves. And, in your outcome, and this couldn't be more exciting to look at, with the Sun clarifying the Lovers and the Page of Cups. When this offer comes, or if it has come, this is brand new. This is committed, joyful, beautiful, fantastic love. This is something that everybody should be able to have in their life. And everybody can have that in their life if they work toward it, if they make it their intention. But you had to get out of the stagnancy first. You had to get out of the dead relationship first. feels like there's a lot of this going on in this month. A lot of people kind of, I mean, based on the readings that I've had, people kind of reflecting on their past and saying, why am I still doing this? What's in it for me? Is this good for me? Is it good for the people that I'm in these relationships with? Is it time to move on? And a lot of people are, based on the readings, like I said, that I've been doing, a lot of people are saying, yeah, it's definitely time to move on to something different, something new, to something healthier, and something that will make you happy. Right, Sagittarius? So we have the Emperor in your underlying energy again. And the Four of Swords. So I do feel like you're trying to get under control, the sense of feeling overly cautious, maybe feeling a little insecure, especially with the passage of time, that maybe, you know, you're trying to make this work or it's not meant to work, but I do feel like you've come to a realization that right now, what you're in or what you've recently left is going nowhere. It's just stagnant. And it's time to take some action. It's time to move forward towards your new beginning. You've had a considerable amount of success putting in the time and effort and trying to figure out if this is right for you. This can also indicate, you know, work. You may have been putting a lot of time into work. Maybe you're saving up some money in order to make this move, in order to make this change in your life. This could also indicate that this person you're moving toward is someone that you met at work. And your intuition's on point, because I think you realize, Sagittarius, that this is definitely something that is meant for you, and you're not going to let it go. You're hanging on to this new opportunity, this new relationship. You might now be working on your approach on how to contact this person or get in touch with them in order to establish a new relationship, or you know, once you get through this turmoil of this current breakup or separation that you're dealing with, once you get out of this mess, especially once you heal in your head and your heart, you can move toward this new relationship. You might be seeking some guidance. This feels very spiritual to me, and it's not just about, you know, meeting a soulmate, but you know, we've got the Hermit out here clarifying the Page of Cups. So it feels like something, this is a new love, new opportunity in love, and you may have contacted your spirit guides, if you are into that kind of thing. No, I know for a fact that a lot of people who watch tarot or who are into the spiritual arts, you know, are also into it for their own personal reasons in their own lives, their own experiences. So let's see what else we get. So there's the Ten of Swords again in your underlying energy. And the Four of Cups, clarifying the Four of Cups. I'm going to show you some of these cards here in a minute, as soon as I get the rest of them out, Sagittarius. So the King of Swords, King of Pentacles that just came out. So it feels like you might be involved in some conflict. Maybe someone who's resisting your desire to make a move. And this breakup might be causing some conflict in your life. Or you might be dealing with some resistance. Hang on, on a minute, Sagittarius. So I think that when you came to terms with what you wanted, the changes you may have wanted, you realized that you needed to make some changes because whatever was going on in your life was not the right thing to do. And this came out, Four of Cups came out clarifying the Four of Cups. You realize that, you know, sitting on this old relationship, being apathetic about the way things were and just accepting how things were was not what you were willing to do anymore. And you came out and spoke your piece. I do feel, Sagittarius, this is your energy, Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is somebody who's going to express her opinion and tell the truth and approach things with a clear head and expect nothing less in return when communicating. I do feel like you may have been accused of wrongdoings, trying to get out of this old relationship. This King of Pentacles feels like the person you were dealing with from the past. Let me look at this some more. So the King of Pentacles, King of Swords, these two came out together, clarifying the same set of cards. I feel like this is the person that you're dealing with in the past, or from the present, recent past. Someone you might be, the person you might be leaving. This King of Pentacles feels like they may have selfish reasons for trying to keep you from moving away or leaving this relationship. That they see you've done some work in order to make moves toward improving your own situation, your own life by getting out of a dead relationship. I do feel like this person has communicated with you a desire to try to work things out, and maybe has expressed a desire to take some action to work things out with you. But I feel like this person has delivered empty promises. When they were faced with the reality, with the truth, with what you were communicating yourself, I think this person felt like they had to take a strong stand and say, okay, well, I don't want Sagittarius to go, or I want to work things out with Sagittarius, so I'm going to tell them what they want to hear, and that is that I'm willing to take action to fight for this, maybe start fresh. But ultimately, it was all talk, no action, because I feel like this person was insincere with their words. And, you know, it may have been a little too late type of situation in regards to you, Sagittarius, because I feel like you have already made a decision to move on from this. And you already know intuitively what's going to work for you and what's justified. You may not feel 100% secure about the situation you're walking into. Again, I don't know that whatever new relationship you're moving toward is established or really is even something you're totally secure about. Again, it feels more like you intuitively know that this person's right for you. I do feel like you're working on your approach or addressing this person maybe for the first time, or how you're going to let them in on how you feel about them. But I do feel like this person has the same feeling towards you. This conflict, though, in your current relationship or the one you're trying to get away from is having you worried that you might miss out on this opportunity, or that it might result in things getting messed up. There's that feeling of feeling cautious or uncertain about the future. So let's get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card for you and see if we can't get any more information for you, Sagittarius. My daughter's back home again, so she might be making noise in the kitchen when she comes in, just so you're aware. And our bird's squawking in the other room. Tell me more for Sagittarius regarding this reading. Any advice? Closing statements? I just want one card, preferably. I'll go with two. This is my newest deck. I'm not overly familiar with it, Sagittarius, yet, so I'm still reading from the book. Mostly because these cards have intensely detailed meanings and some really nice descriptions. And I don't want to do them disjustice by just trying to, come up with a meaning based on the picture or what I remember reading, because there's more cards. There's I think there's 83 in this deck. They have some cards called the influence cards that kind of act as, this one definitely wanted to come out, as the Sage. This one's coming out so often. Sage in reverse. Okay, Sagittarius, so I'm going to show you this card in the upright position, but I will display it. I'm going to show it to you in reverse. I'm going to display it in the upright. It came out in reverse as I read it to you. That was fast, Katie.
Just went to PetSmart.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so Sagittarius, the Sage has come out quite a bit for me, and I do have some familiarity with this card, but I am going to read it from the book. Because it came in reverse, this could indicate someone who is trying to negatively influence you. Let me go ahead and read this for you, and hopefully it'll give you some insight and some clarity on what you're dealing with. So here we go, Sagittarius. There is a flip side to the Sage. He can be just a little absent-minded and also appear to be self-absorbed. He loves to speak so much that sometimes he fails to listen. Is this you? As well-intentioned as you might be in sharing your knowledge, could there be a chance that you are not listening to something that you really need to hear? The Sage reversed is also symbolic of a smooth talker with the gift of gab. He can at times say what he knows people want to hear as opposed to what needs to be said. He represents someone who is a bit of a Pied Piper. Watch out for this person in your life because they can be quite manipulative, and you could find yourself wandering off your own path and following theirs instead. In the reverse position, the Sage is also somebody who hates being wrong. He prides himself on offering accurate information. So if he has been misled and then makes the mistake of offering inaccurate information, the Sage can be quite defensive. He will resent being questioned, challenged, or criticized. Instead of apologizing, he may become argumentative and do everything to convince others that he is correct because he is too proud to admit that he could be wrong, or that an offered alternative point of view could also be correct. He can also be a little haughty and arrogant if people question his knowledge or offer a differing opinion. He takes such pride in being correct that when an alternate perspective or contradictory theory is offered, he can become querulous and bombastic. I'm having problems with the words today. For a very open-minded and questioning person, there are times when the Sage can be exceptionally close-minded and dogmatic. He likes to be right, sometimes for all the wrong reasons. When the Sage appears reversed, he cautions against arrogance and prideful behavior in the face of criticism. You do not always have to be right, nor do you have to win every argument. Sometimes it is far easier and reflects better upon you to admit that your facts or perspective might be a little skewed. Do not fall into the trap of embellishing and twisting information so that you can be seen in a positive light. Two wrongs do not make a right. So honestly, Sagittarius, for me, this is about the person that you have been dealing with, your current relationship, or the one that you're working on getting out of it. I do believe that's why the Magician came out in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles. So you are dealing with time passing and having to deal with some stuff in relation to the person that you're currently dealing with, who I believe might be trying to hang on to you for the wrong reasons, but maybe is talking a good game, and in reality not taking the right actions, or hasn't in the past taken the right actions, and that would reflect that their words are sincere. That's what I got out of this card. I hope that this reading helped you in some way gain some clarity or confirmation on how you were feeling. So I am going to end this here, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you join me again sometime. Take care. Bye.